What mundane task did your neighbor do in the middle of the night? It started at 2 a.m. with this weird mechanical humming that cut through the silence like a chainsaw. Hannah shook me awake, her hand gripping my shoulder. What's that noise? She whispered, her voice thick with sleep and concern. I listened carefully, definitely a lawnmower on a Tuesday night in November. I stumbled to our bedroom window and peered through the blinds. There was Nick, our usually quiet neighbor, pushing his mower back and forth in the pitch darkness. He had work lights set up everywhere like he was preparing for emergency surgery. The whole scene looked like something out of a horror movie. Maybe he's just having a midlife crisis, I told Hannah, trying to convince myself as much as her. You know how these suburban dads get, obsessed with their yards. We went back to sleep, but I kept waking up to that constant droning sound. 6 a.m. he was still at it, same methodical pattern, same focused intensity that made my skin crawl. I made coffee and watched him through the kitchen window while Hannah got ready for work. His wife Marissa usually left for her teaching job around 7 a.m. sharp. Today her silver Honda was still sitting in the driveway at 8:30 a.m. That's really strange, Hannah said, joining me with her coffee mug. She was already dressed in her scrubs for her nursing shift. Marissa never misses work, she's more punctual than my period, something is definitely wrong here, she said. By 10 a.m. Nick had mowed the same section of grass maybe 20 times. The lawn was basically dirt at this point, torn up and destroyed. He kept going with this robotic determination, methodically obsessive, like he was trying to erase something from existence. I decided to check on him, maybe he was having some kind of mental breakdown. I walked across our adjoining yards and waved my hands in the air. He looked right through me like I was invisible. His eyes were completely bloodshot, with dark circles underneath that made him look like a corpse. He reeked of whiskey and desperation. Nick, you okay, buddy? I shouted over the engine noise. Nothing, he just kept pushing that mower like a zombie on autopilot. I tried again, louder this time, practically screaming. Finally he stopped the engine and looked at me. His face was completely blank, empty, hollow. Like someone had sucked out his soul. She's gone, he said quietly, his voice barely audible. Who's gone? I asked. Marissa, he replied. I caught her with my brother last night. In our bed. His voice was monotone and robotic like he was reading from a script. 23 years of marriage down the drain, he said. My stomach dropped like a stone. I'd known Nick and Marissa for 5 years, they seemed happy. They had barbecues. They waved at each other. Nick, I'm really sorry, man, but maybe you should take a break, get some sleep, talk to someone, I said. Can't stop, he interrupted, yanking the mower cord. The engine roared back to life. If I stop, I'll have to think about it. Can't think about it. Won't think about it. That's when I noticed the curtains in his house were all drawn shut tight. Every single window was covered. Marissa's car was still there, but I hadn't seen her all day. Not even a shadow moving inside, a chill ran down my spine like ice water. Nick, where is Marissa now? I asked. He stopped mowing and stared at me with those hollow dead eyes that had seen too much. She's sleeping, he said with a twisted smile. Finally sleeping peacefully, no more running around, no more cheating. The way he said it made my blood freeze in my veins. Something was very, very wrong. I backed away slowly, trying to look calm while my heart pounded in my chest. I called the police from my kitchen, speaking in a hushed tone so Nick couldn't hear. 20 minutes later, 3 squad cars pulled up. They found Marissa's body in their bedroom, still in the same clothes from the night before. Nick had strangled her with the lawnmower cord.